So today in this video I'm going to use the quadratic formula to solve an equation. So this is the quadratic formula: x equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divide 2a. So in this case we are going to identify a and b and c. A and b and c. So a we are given negative 16, b we are given 120, and c we are given 3. So since we know the numbers, we're just going to substitute these numbers into the equation. So negative b is 120, so negative 120 plus and minus square root of b squared is 120 squared minus 4ac minus 4. A is negative 16 times 3, and divide 2a. A is 3. So the next thing we're going to do is to solve these three numbers. Negative 4 times negative 16 times 3. So negative 120 plus or minus square root of 120 squared is 14,400 minus, so negative 4 times negative 16 times 3 is positive 192 divided by a, which is negative 16, divide negative 32. Okay, now so the next thing to do is to add 14,400 plus 192. So it is negative 120 plus or minus square root of 14,400 plus 192 equals to 145 and 92 divide negative 32. So the next thing I'm going to use the calculator to find the answer for this. So now in this problem, so this sign right here, plus or minus, has a significant meaning. So this means we're going to have two numbers. We're going to have two answers for this problem. So I'm going to lay out like this. The first one is negative 120 plus, I'm going to use plus, then square root of 1,145 and 92, 14,592 divide negative 32. This is our first one. Then the next one is we're going to use the negative 120, going to use this negative minus square root 14,592 divide negative 32. So now let's see what's the difference between this equation and this equation. So they all have the same numbers, but the only difference is this has positive and this has negative, and that comes from this one right here. So in this case we're going to have two answers. So I'm going to use the calculator to find this, and so here's my calculator. Turn it on, clear, put in this number. I'm going to put in that number, negative 120 plus square root 14,592. Second, then square root sign 14,592. So now, after pulling this, I'm going to hit enter to find the answer for this, then divide by -32. So now hit enter, then we got 0.797, then divide by -32. divide -32, then hit enter. So that is our first answer, and our first answer is -0.025. -0.025. 2, then we round off the 4, then we got 5. So that's our first answer, 0.025. Don't forget we got negative over here. So that's our first answer for this one. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to find the answer for this which has the negative sign. Okay, now I'm going to put in the calculator. Clear, put -120, -120. So putting -120 minus the square root of 14,592 second, then the square root sign, and 14,592, 14,592. Oops, 92. So then hit enter, and we got the answer. Then the next thing I'm going to do is divide by -32. Divide -32. Then hit enter, and that is our next answer for this. We got 7.52, then round off 4, and we got 5. We got 7.525, then in this one we got -0.025. So keep in mind, every time we got this positive and negative, we will end up with two answers, one with negative sign and then the other one with positive sign. Thanks.